Welcome back to White Mountains Today. I'm joined in studio by Lisa Matthews of the Mount Washington Auto Road and Great Glen Trails. Lisa, how are you?
I'm doing great, Bella. Thanks for having me.
Great, thanks for coming on.
It's great to be here.
So tell us a little bit about your events for both the Auto Road and Great Glen Trails coming up this summer. You must have so many with the weather getting so nice.
We do, and June is always kind of a chock-full month for us, and it's just an exciting time to be at the Auto Road and to enjoy all that the White Mountains have to offer. So just starting next weekend, we have our Black Fly trail running race and relay. And so it's a 10-mile race, run along Great Glen Trails. And it's just a beautiful course. You get some views of the Great Gulf. And if you feel like, ooh, 10 miles, not for me, I was just telling the crew here, you can do it as a relay. You can do it as a team of 2 or a team of 3. So, if you want to have fun, get some costumes.
Oh, that'd
make
be so
some t-shirts,
fun, right?
Have fun with it. Come
Right.
out, enjoy, and it includes your registration includes, a barbecue at the end, and then we have also our local awesome band Dagobah System is coming to join us.
Oh, great!
And Moat Mountain Beer is going to be sponsoring the event. So, come on down, get some morning exercise, and then some delicious barbecue food.
Great, and so you can do a team with like friends, even people you work with, probably, right?
Yeah,
like we were talking
absolutely.
about making a team with Chris and Dave and Hans, so Hans can pick out the outfits like he does for Own.
You guys could have a whole White Mountains TV contingent. I'd be happy to have.
Great. Dave can do the first 9 miles, and then Chris, Hans, and I can split up the final mile.
That part sounds good. My question is, who does the show in the morning?
We could have Lisa come do the show.
We could do some.
Sure, I'll just bounce back and forth.
We could do a remote from Great Glen Trails, perhaps.
Well, Dave's your ringer because he's been doing the trail running series on Thursday, which has been a great success. We have over 100 people coming from both the valley and north of the Notch.
Wow.
It's like a community, people both running and walking. And it's not too late to do that. If you're interested, just coming out. We have 4 weeks left in the series. It's a great
So what does
community
that
event.
entail? Is it like certain miles every day? You progress throughout the series, or?
Sure, it's up to you. You can do it timed or untimed. We have a mini course, which is 1 mile. We have a short course, which is 2.5, and then we have a long course, which is 3.7. I guess it's 3.78 if you're
Okay.
if you're wondering, Dave, if you're being precise. Aha.
And I do understand that Dave has been destroying his former boss, Ben Wilcox from Cranmore.
This is the second time in the show he's mentioned that.
Each and every race. So Ben Wilcox, if you're out there listening and watching this, Dave's talking some major trash.
Actually, legitimately scared, so.
So you can be as competitive as you want or as non-competitive.
Right, you can do it for yourself,
You can
too.
do it for yourself. And the way I like to do it, I like to just look at the times that I have from last week and just say, oh, how did I do? And I don't have my Ben Wilcox that I'm chasing, but some people do.
You are your own Ben Wilcox.
That's it.
So what other events do you have going on?
So then, coming the week after that, in celebration of the 95th year of the Laconia Bike Week,
Wow.
we have our motorcycle days. And so we have Motorcycle Monday, which is on Monday the 11th, and then we have June 14th, Ride to the Sky. So both days, the Mount Washington Auto Road is closed to all cars. And if you're planning to come up on one of those days, as a visitor or a tourist, you can still take our guided tours. So you leave the driving to us, and you can watch all the motorcycles go up. So
Great.
It's motorcycles only those 2 days. Motorcycles rule the road. It's really fun. You can kind of hear the roar of the motorcycles in Pinkham Notch that day.
Great.
And then coming into that weekend, the 16th, we have our annual Northeast Delta Dental Mount Washington Road Race, which has about 1,300 runners tackle the mountain. And this amazing feat of
Oh my gosh.
athleticism. So
And they're running up the Auto Road?
they run up the Auto Road, 7.6 miles, and someone actually told me that it is entirely uphill. That there's no part of the road that goes down a little. So it's really relentless for the runners. And there's running clubs from all over the valley and all over New England that come and they lend their support and they volunteer. And so it's just a really wonderful event to bring all the runners together.
Right. And so do they come down in one of the vans, or do they have to come down on their own?
No, it's actually this slightly logistical challenge of all the cars. We pair up runners and drivers. They support drivers, drive to the summit, and then they're responsible to bring down specific runners, their friends or family, or people that they've met through our online group. And then they come down to the base, and then we have a big turkey dinner for them with Hart's Turkey Farm. So
after that run, you're gonna need some turkey.
That's it. They get all those calories right back.
Great.
And we have a great new sponsor, Ultima, which is a kind of an electrolyte replenisher, and so they'll need that as well.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
And then we have a new event this year on June 26th. It's the Great Race, and this is an antique car rally that starts in Buffalo, New York, and they're rallying all the way across, New England, really, and ending in Nova Scotia.
Oh wow! Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
it's
that's a far journey in an
long-
antique car.
It's a long journey, and the way they do it, it's kind of time trial. So you have to get the cars. The way they win is they have to get to the closest perfect time. So they can't speed,
Right.
and they can't go too slow. They can't break. They have to. Make sure that their car is in good order. And they're doing a
Right.
lunch stop at the Auto Road on Tuesday, the 26th.
Okay.
And for that, if you're interested in antique cars, you can come to the base and spectate. You can check it out. Activities will kind of start around 12:15 as cars will start to roll in. And the way they roll in is like 1 minute at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the cars will elect to go up the Auto Road, but it's not part of the race.
Oh my gosh.
And
Going
then-
up the auto road
right?
in an antique
and
car.
then the other ones will stay at the base
Great.
and just have lunch, and people can come and check out the antique cars.
That must be just amazing to see, having the antique cars go up that
It
windy
is.
road.
It's really impressive, and some antique cars from around, they try to make this journey. Like last year, there was a group of Stanley steamers that went up the road, kind of in honor of the first steamer engine
Right.
cars that made it up in the 1890s.
Great.
So it's really impressive.
And so that's the first time you're ever holding this event?
So yes, this is the first time that the Great Race will be at the base of the Auto Road and journey up the Auto Road if they choose
Great.
to. It's really fun.
This
So-
sounds it.
Yep.
And you don't even have to have an antique car to go. You can just go spectate if you're a fan of antique cars, which we have a lot in the valley. so-
Exactly. And so, I understand there might be some car clubs that are coming just to come and kind of as a, group to go and check it out. We'll be there, and you'll see the, inflatable, Great Race sign. A lot of times they go through towns and they close off the road and stuff, but just because of the unique nature of the Auto Road, we'll be in the kind of field right at the base, and so people can kind of wander in and check it out.
Right. And earlier we were talking about weather going up the auto road, and you were saying a lot of people think that you have to go up on this perfect day, but it's cool to go up when you have some maybe clouds coming in when you're going down. You shared an experience with the family who came up the other day.
Yeah, a lot of people say oh, well, it's not sunny out, I don't want to go up the Auto Road, but the weather that's on top of the mountain really is unique. And it's an environment that we just don't see on a regular basis. You can kind of look up and say, oh, there's the Mount Washington. It's the highest peak in the Northeast. But until you go up there and you experience that wind and the weather, you don't really have a sense of it. And this family that went up the other day, they went up and it was blue sky, and then they went into the observatory museum, and they said by the time they came out of the observatory museum, it was completely socked in.
Right.
And they got that feeling of, wow, this weather changes so quickly. So it's, oh, there we go.
You're showing it now.
Yeah, it's a really, really unique experience if you've not done it. And sometimes, I talk to people in the valley too, and they're like, oh, I've never been off the Auto Road. It's, a really awesome experience in both beautiful sky weather and, when it's a little more cloudy
Right.
or even raining, you get that awesome experience of the weather that is up
Have you
on
ever
the
been up
mountain.
when it was raining?
Yes.
You have?
I have. I've actually been up in thunder snow.
Thunder snow? Were you in the snowcat at that point?
I was not. I had actually gone up there. I skinned up,
Okay.
So I, went up. I skinned up, and we were at the summit, and then it started snowing, and then it
Wow.
started thundering, and it was terrifying.
And you're like, how do I get down as
That's all
fast
I
as possible but
that's all I
safely?
wanted to do. We just skied down as fast as we possibly
Wow.
could.
So is there a website where people can figure out how to register for the events, or
Sure.
what your dates and times
So
are?
we have both Great Glen Trails, so it's greatglentrails.com, and that's where you can register for the Black Fly, and you can go online and find the little Run Reg link and register as your individual or team of 2 or team of 3. And then the other events would be on mountwashingtonautoroad.com.
Great.
And so you can find out all the information about Ride to the Sky and the road race and then the Great Race.
That's so exciting. Well, it sounds like you have so much going on.
We do.
So definitely check out their website and register. Lisa, thank you so much for coming on. We love having you.
Thanks, Bella. It's really great to be here.
Great. Well, don't forget to stay tuned. We have another Watch and Win coming up on White Mountains Today.